Good day, good people. Happy Saturday. Happy New Year. Hope your holidays were great. I must say mine was. Made some, I don't want to say discoveries, because whenever something already exists, you're not really discovering it. To me, you're just now taking advantage of the benefits. And so one of the things I want to share is, whenever it is you take a break from anything and you enjoy yourself and spending time with your family and doing the things that are necessary to come with spending time with your family, you tend to reflect on, now that we're in a new year and things are changing, things are different, things are, let's say, new because it's a new year, what have you. You think about what it is that is to come, what's going to happen in the future, what's going to happen with my children as they grow and develop, what is going to happen with me in order to be able to do what is necessary so that I can enjoy this time on the planet with my family, having happy thoughts, good memories, and things of that nature. And the reason why I think about that is because a lot of times we tend to go about this life and we tend to take things for granted, not realizing what the next day, next moment, next minute, next hour, next second is going to bring and what's going to happen. And so the reason why I'm stating this is because I was out with my wife and she came upon a story of something happening to a young lady or a woman who was the mother of 7 children, who for whatever reason she tried to cross the street where a traffic light had recently been removed, and unfortunately she was struck and she lost her life. Now, it's unfortunate when someone loses their life, but it's also unfortunate where the person who loses their life leaves behind 7 children without their mother. I would not say that it was any fault of this mother because of what happened, as this busy street, this busy intersection should have had a traffic light to be able to monitor traffic. And so there was a news story done about what happened and what ultimately is occurring, where some people may not be aware, but I'm going to speculate. And the reason why I'm saying I'm going to preface and speculate is that now that it's 2020, and since the summer, I have been sharing and talking about the prospect or the coming of the 5G network, where everyone is about to be heavily inundated with their cell phones, and people going to introduce it. It's already been around. I think I've shared in some of my most recent videos that I've noticed that someone already had it on their phone and what it is that needs to happen. Now, if you saw it in my videos, you know that 5G is an unstable network and it's hard for it to get around buildings and trees. So they're going to have to put up more towers. They're going to have to attach some of the antennas to buildings, maybe to buses, to your house if you so allow, to be able to get the full implementation of this network to be able to work the way they needed to. And so the question was asked as to why it was that these traffic lights were taken down. The response was that the state was looking into, or was going to put up new lights in March, meaning of course the spring. And so it made me think, so why do you need to take down the very perfectly fine traffic lights that are already up and then put up new ones in March? My thought was these lights that they need to put up has to be apparently equipped with either the ability to attach or already have the technology in them where they're putting the 5G antennas so that they can have a full implementation in that area, because there's several cities around where I live, I never seen where they took out traffic lights in major intersections, and now with the prospect of putting new traffic lights up in the spring, other than the city and where I'm living. Now, this traffic light being missing caused this young lady to lose her life as a result, and because she lost her life, these 7 children no longer have their mother. She is no longer here. And then now we're going to put up new traffic lights, potentially with the technology of having 5G implemented into them, because they got to be able to navigate this signal through buildings and trees so that they can get it to everyone who wishes to have or may not wish to have 5G, but it's going to be in your area. And if you're familiar with anything with 5G, there are people who are dying, who have died under the 4G, which is currently in place, and now 5G, which is worse. If you're not familiar with it, think about it, how the government has taken this frequency of 5G, weaponized it as such that when they have crowds, that they want to disperse the crowds, they fire this network into the crowds that causes the people's skin to feel like it's on fire so that they would disperse. Now they're going to take this same technology that made people's skin feel like it's on fire and send it to your phone, and that phone you're going to have where? Potentially next to your body. And so with this understanding of what it is that is happening, not only in the city where I live, but also in major cities across the nation, where they're implementing this 5G network that is dangerous and unstable. Your children are going to be exposed to it. Your elderly grandparents are going to be exposed to it. And of course, you are going to be exposed to it. And if there's nothing done to be able to protect humanity from this very dangerous network that is happening right here in the nation, what do you think is going to happen to those who have exposure to a network that is used to disperse crowds, to make people's skin feel like it's on fire? What do you think is going to happen to your skin? What do you think is going to happen to your body? And in 1996, the FCC had been given the freedom for these networks to do whatever it is they want, so they have immunity from any liability that happens to you being sick from getting this network, or your children dying as a result of being exposed to this network that you're going to have ultimately going to your phone. I initially wasn't going to say anything about this or go into this real deep, but I have made other videos and somehow my computer keeps crashing, and my phone I had to have repaired as a result of recording videos mentioning and disclosing information. But the message has to be out there, especially now since right around the corner from my house is a woman who is no longer going to be able to hug and kiss her children anymore, because they've taken the poles out, because they potentially are looking to put in what they need to have this 5G network saturate our atmosphere and cause people that, not because the traffic light being out, but the signal that's going to be sent is not good for you to live on, and you're potentially going to get sick from these signals. So that's why I'm encouraging good health, good nutrition, gazing into the sun, grounding to the earth, and making sure that your body has what it needs, because you're going to have an extra fight outside of the food you eat, the water you drink, and everything else with chemtrails and all that's coming to you, in order for you to be able to do what is necessary to live a nice and harmonious life, be what you need to be to yourself as well as to your family. We need you around. And if you're not around to be able to do any of these things, not only will, of course, you'll no longer be living a life here on this planet, but those that care about you will not be able to get to enjoy you because you are no longer here. And we need you here for as long as you need to be here. Not when someone decides that it's okay for you to go because, you know, we need to have faster internet service. Or we need to have the design of autonomous automobiles and other things that really aren't going to make our lives any better because we're creating a society that's becoming lazy and more entitled. Please consider what it is that I'm stating. Connect with me on IG at Energized Coach Clemens. You also connect with me on Twitter with Clem Coach, as well as Energized Coach Clemens on my Facebook page. I'm consistently sharing things to be able to help you make sure that you maintain your body. Let your body and your system not have the strain necessary from life and the things that are going to occur as a introduction of this 5G come about, and that you can be here and protect your family so that your family lineage and the heritage of what it is that you're developing can continue and not be compromised as a result of this 5G. Because there's nothing you can do about it in regards to the legislation because they've been given immunity. But it is something that you can do about what you do with you to be able to maintain yourself, to be able to eat the foods that you're supposed to eat, that your body can be able to metabolize and grow and do the things necessary as you grow and live. Connect to the earth so that you can get the healing in your body whenever things are strained, and be dispelled into the ground for the negative electrons that are in the earth. Sun gaze so that you can get the proper rest, so your body can get the healing it needs because of the pounding it's going to take with this network that's going to take place, as well as the secretion of serotonin that's going to be secreted from where your immunity comes from, which is your stomach, your gut, as well as for your brain, so you have proper brain function, so you can function and think and do whatever is necessary. Maybe come up with more ideas and things that you need to do to protect yourself from these very dangerous networks. Energized Coach, I appreciate you listening and watching my video. Please, please, please do what is necessary to protect yourself as well as your family. I love you. Peace.